Hello and welcome back. Yesterday, after I posted my first video, I had a bit of an experience. My boyfriend, to support my endeavor, decided to link the video into the family group chat. Now, this invoked quite a, a crazy reaction from my end, and I'll explain why in a second. When I saw this link, literally my head went into overload and I just started shouting at him, please, like sending him messages because he wasn't next to me. I was sending him messages telling him to please take it down. And obviously, he was like, it's our family. I wanted to support you. I wanted everyone to be on board. In that moment, I kind of realized that yes, it's fine that he wanted to support me, but me personally, I hold the feedback and the criticism that comes from people close to me, like my family, to a very high standard. So when I'm trying something new that scares the living F out of me, I want to do it in a bit of a more contained and safe environment. Maybe if people judge, complain, give me feedback, or whatever that I don't know, I might take it more with a pinch of salt and get through it easily rather than when my family does. This got me to thinking about public speaking. So I frequent these meditation circles where basically there are a bunch of people who a whole meditation session together. And the person leading the guided meditation usually starts off by telling everyone to introduce themselves, and then we do the same at the end of the meditation. Like we go around, we say our experience and what we are taking home. And I remember every time that I used to spend most of my time going to the meditation and during the meditation just thinking about me having to introduce myself and having to speak up in this room full of people. And mind you, it wasn't like a large amount of people, maybe maximum will be 20 people. So it's not even that big. And I remember I used to panic so much because I had to speak up in front of these people. I noticed that public speaking was a bit of an issue for me. I was noticing that this struggle might be holding me a bit back, so I decided to find a way how to get more confident in speaking in front of people. I went into our old trusty ChatGPT. It suggested Toastmasters. So Toastmasters is basically an organization that you can join and train in public speaking in front of other people that are going through the same thing as you. I decided to join this organization so that I can train into public speaking. I didn't want to let this fear and panic consume me and avoid me from actually growing and doing something that I want, which is talking in front of people, doing YouTube, doing TikTok, giving speeches. I knew that if I'm not going to tackle this part of my fear, I won't be able to then get my desired outcome from my life. Don't quote me on this, but for me, fear is the way that your brain is scanning your current surroundings and labeling them as unsafe. So it's trying to hold you back and keeping you safe in any way possible. So, by talking to my brain and helping my brain understand that, listen, this is okay. And if I fail, I'm not going to die. You can stop panicking. You can stop losing your shit over this. We're going to be okay. I started going to Toastmasters. I started practicing public speaking. I started writing more and putting my thoughts that are jumbled up into actual speeches with actual outcome. By doing so, in a safe environment of people that are all going through the same thing as me and are all trying to improve themselves the way I am trying to, it started to feel safer each and every time. Now, I'm okay with doing this. I'm okay with posting on TikTok, okay with hearing feedback even from my close family, because now I've built enough trust within myself and enough confidence that I can look at it at the feedback as a suggestion rather than attaching my belief that I'm not good enough to it and stop my progress and hold my progress just because I am amplifying that belief. Then, when it came to YouTube, I spoke with my boyfriend and I told him, I think not everyone is the same, because his understanding was that if I can get over through the hurdle of getting feedback from my family, it's going to be easier to get feedback from people that I don't know. But again, since for me, it doesn't feel that safe in my body yet to get feedback from people that I hold to higher regard, and I still have that belief that maybe I suck, maybe I'm shit, or maybe I'm going to fail and I'm not good enough. I don't want eyes of people that I hold to a high regard looking at me, but rather I prefer doing it with people that I don't know. So I gain the confidence there and then be able to do it in front of people that I know, because then I can handle more their feedback. I know that we hear a lot of advice to tell you to put yourself out there, but I think the environment which we choose to do it is very fundamental to the outcome, because if we don't have a lot of trust and confidence in ourselves and we try to put ourselves out there in front of people that we trust. Maybe they don't exactly understand what it means to do YouTube. Maybe they don't exactly understand what it means to start a business. Maybe they never did public speaking themselves. They're going to give you feedback from a limited point of view. And because we hold them to such a high regard, we have a tendency to take on that feedback and hold on tight to it. And I think that sometimes can create more damage than good. So, if you are looking for feedback, if you want to grow and you are not sure where to do so, I would suggest to or try to do it in front of people that are going through the same struggle as you or started from where you started and they have achieved something already. Like, for example, at Toastmasters, there are people that are starting that are on my same level, or else there are people that have been doing this for years and know the struggles and the hurdles that it takes to get there. Or else you try to put yourself out there in a community where there are multiple people doing the same things as you, and your audience can then compare and maybe give you feedback or relate. I know the internet can be a very scary place. I know the internet can have a lot of people in it that might give you more complaints and more shitty feedback than good feedback, but at least you know where you stand. And also trying to find someone that is close to you but that understands the process, maybe someone that have already started a business or has a type of work that can deal with the thing that you want to achieve. And I think by narrowing all of this down and trying to get feedback and trying to put yourself out there in front of people that understand what you're going through or can give you the right feedback is better than just trying to get feedback from people that don't really know what you're struggling with and might hinder your progress rather than helping you. And I know, and most of the time, this won't be intentional, but I'm talking from my personal experience. I had a lot of self doubt, I had a lot of insecurity in myself, and I didn't think really highly of myself when it came to certain aspects like public speaking, putting myself into a camera. So if I had gone to people that never did this themselves and don't know what it takes mindset wise and action wise to achieve this, it would hold me back, because since I hold them to a high regard, I don't have a tendency to filter their feedback. So it's better if I go to them once I've built a bit of a foundation inside myself of self confidence rather than go to them while I'm still feeling not confident, and it will limit me and create further resistance for my growth. That is something that I reflected on after yesterday's situation. I hope you take away something from this. I'll see you soon. Love you all.